Welcome to Whitehorse RV in Williamstown, New Jersey, where today we're going to do a walkthrough video demonstration of some of the major systems and operations on a 2020 Jayco Jay Flight 38F DDS. This is Kevin. He's going to walk us through some of the major systems.
Good morning. Start out with the power jack up on the front. You have your controls. Again, these are most times going to be left in campgrounds for setup, but you do have to either raise or lower for your power jack. Also up on the top, if the jack for some reason does malfunction, you do have a hand crank. Your scissor jacks basically would go in there so you could crank the jack up and down if you do need to also. Propane system right up on the front. Start with that. Twin 30-pound tanks, automatic changeover system. You want both tanks operating and on at the same time. If one tank is operating, the arrow in this case is feeding off of this side. This tank goes empty. By pressure, it'll automatically switch to the other side. When you come in and notice the gauge being orange, you would flip the handle, feed off of this one, get this one filled, put it back on again.
So make sure your valves are open on both tanks so the auto regulator can flip back and forth between the tanks.
LP cover up on the front, you do have your latch. So again, you don't have to take the cover off if you want to get to your handles. Makes it a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. Stabilizer jacks going to be on the sides. You do have your crank handle, which will show you where that's at. That way it operates for all four jacks. Going to have city water hookup when you're in the campground. Also, you do have a black tank flush. Rinses out the waste tank itself.
While Kevin's opening outside shower, we'll show you dump valves are also in this location. Clearly labeled, gray water is soapy water, sink and shower. Black holding tank is toilet waste. You'll see the valves marked. You want to pull the black valve, let it accumulate waste for a couple of days first, empty the black tank, and then you can pull the gray valve and let the soapy water wash it away, wash through those pipes. And your sewer hose will be stored in a compartment or your back bumper. There's outside shower with hot and cold water.
Hot and cold water both. You do have your lever, so again you can use for the hand rinse or put it here. You're in a campground, you want to rinse down, makes it easy accessible that way.
And back of the furnace vent, which would vent warm air, that is your propane heater. So you want to keep that area clear and free from anything in front of it.
Under the bed for storage, access outside or from inside. This was the crank handle that I mentioned, up for the power jack, also for your 4 stabilizer jacks to be able to use for the trailer. 50 amp service, you do have the power cord, which is right in the back corner.
Okay, we are using an adapter here for demonstration, but detachable power cord is inside that compartment. This is also the back of your hot water heater.
Access in, it's gas and electric operation. On the bottom, you do have a nylon plug on here. You would empty that plug and open that up when you're going to winterize the trailer itself. If you're going to replace this, always use a nylon plug to put back in. Exterior, also going to have cable, so if you're tied in at the campground, tie into your cable system on there.
For more specific instructions and details on winterizing or any of the systems and features we're going over, please do check out your Jayco's owner's manuals. They're a wonderful resource. On the outside, we do have exterior speakers. We have the stereo turned on for both locations right now.
Exterior electric outlets, so if you want to mount a TV on the outside of the trailer, you have your cable, electric, mount the TV on the side.
Up above is your exterior vent for the range.
Freshwater fill, so again, if you want to, you can fill your freshwater tank. If you are traveling, or if you think that there's an issue with the campground, power goes off, you could always turn this on, fill the tank, pressurize your water system, that way off your 12-volt pump inside.
Low point drains are up underneath the camper. They're clearly labeled. They're pipcock valves. You could turn and drain some water from your fresh tank. There is also electrical forward of the awning, and again, speaker in that awning arm. It is a power awning, and Kevin can hit that switch. We'll show you the operation. You do want to have your awning all the way in for a windy or rainy day. And then we have the door here. That blue tape comes off at the campground. That's just for transport. Most 38 FDDSs do get delivered and set up on campground sites. So this has a sliding patio door. We're going to come up inside and show you some of the features. Right at the entry door, you're going to see your propane leak detector and carbon detector. That does tie into your battery, so if you're going to be storing the camper and out of it for a decent amount of time, you may want to disconnect the battery because it will continue to pull a little draw on your battery.
This particular floor plan gives you the L-shaped sofa up on the front. This side does pull down if you would like to. Makes it into a bed. What you're going to do, remove your cushions, pulls up, drop the bed down. Gives you the access for the bed.
Okay, we're going to also show you TV and stereo, and we're going to turn the volume off just so you can hear this a little bit better. Inputs for your television as well are in the upper compartment. You'll notice that there's a light there. We're currently running off of TV antenna. If you're going to be on cable, you don't need to have that light on. You would just push the toggle button. You also have electrical there. Owner's packets and remotes are included.
This particular trailer with the option of the theater seating, which you're operating on these, they are recliners. You have your controls on the side, so you can raise and lower for the recliners themselves. You also have a heat switch for your cup. You do have a light, and then also the massage. You can do it, there's a high and a low setting for that. Just a matter of pushing the button on there.
Now in this walkthrough, we're actually doing an overview of the 38 FDDS model itself. This particular stock number is J12807. This has the theater seating. We will also show you after this walkthrough J12736, which will have a tri-fold sofa there instead. But the systems are exactly the same on both models.
Freestanding table, additional storage underneath. This also will drop down, turns into the bed area by using your side cushions to fill in for the top where the tabletop would mount.
Now for storage, you want to have this in the folded down position. So for travel.
For transport, yes, you're going to fold it down in the operation so it's down out of the way so it doesn't slide.
Okay, and the table just comes up and locks into position there.
Yes.
Okay. Kitchen area, we have systems monitor panel right above the entry door.
You're going to walk in, you have a water pump, so if you did fill your freshwater tank, you would turn the pump on to pressurize your water system. If you're hooked up to a campground, you're not utilizing that system. Hot water heater, you have both propane and electric for your switches. Just a matter of turning those on. It's an automatic ignition for the propane. The electric has a heat element to it. You can run both of them at the same time if you choose to, or run one at a time. Light switches, of course the awning, also your slide out switch for the main slide. Just a matter of pushing the button. Your slide will allow it to come in. Reverse the button, this way it goes out. You want the slide either all the way in or all the way out. The clicking noise that you do here is normal. It's a clutch to it. It's just telling you that it's all the way out. Once you hear that noise, release the switch.
Okay, so that clunking noise is the slide cycling all the way in or all the way out. Coming into the kitchen area.
Certainly going to have microwave, 110 power for the microwave. You do have your cooktop. Cover will fold up out of the way. To operate this, just a matter of pressing in, turning to the click position so it's on. Use your spark ignition. Some air out.
The stove is a good place to clear those propane lines of air and bubbles. There you go. First couple times you light this, you might run into that because new campers, we test the propane system and pull it through. You can adjust the burner mechanism for high or low by the knobs. Underneath the oven is also the converter, which is breaker and fuse panel.
And 110 panels for there. Does have a fan built into it, so if you happen to hear a noise of a fan kick on, that is something that's normal. So this way it's going to cool it down, cycle itself. The actual oven itself, if you're going to operate the oven, you have to take your control, turn that to there. Then you're going to have a pilot that you light up underneath. This switch does not light the pilot. You have to manually light that one.
And use an aim a flame or a long extended match, something that's easy. This does have a residential refrigerator that's going to work plugged in at your campground. There is a thermostat control at the top for the freezer and also in the refrigerator itself. Thermostat for heating and air conditioning is wall mounted.
What you're going to do to operate this, lightly take your finger, press there. It's going to indicate and light up for blue. Once you have that on, you would continue to press your mode setting. It's going to come on auto. You have your cool, also for furnace. Once you're on, it's going to have a directional switches here to change your thermostat so you can raise or lower. There is a delay cycle built in, so if this is running, and I take this now and turn this to the off position, it'll continue to run until that cycles and shuts itself down.
Okay, so delay on the fan or the compressor is normal. And you can control room temperature with fan, heating, and cooling from that thermostat.
Bathroom shower, again, as you're in transport, doors have to be pulled back, release, latch in.
Coming through the bath area, your main GFI I noticed is behind the countertop there. If you ran into any electrical issues, you'd want to come and check this area first, and you can reset that GFI outlet right there.
Toilet itself has a foot flush to it. You're going to rinse and flush all at the same time. If you just want to add water to the bowl without flushing it, just press down lightly. It keeps it so it allows more water in, or release and it flushes.
Overhead roof vent, there is a knob to crank that vent open, as well as a switch to control the power there. Keep in mind all these light switches will operate overhead lights as long as the pop button on the light itself is pushed. So if you do have it off, the switch on the wall would not operate that light. Coming into the master, there's another air conditioning unit here with the controls right on it. Okay.
Again, operating of this, controls are right here. The forward air conditioner works off the main thermostat.
Behind the grills, there are usually filters that can be cleaned once a season. It's just nice to get the dust out of there, vacuum or clean them. Along the vanity there, you do have USB charging center as well as electrical outlet.
On the back side, if you wanted to add an additional TV in the bedroom, same thing as outside, you do have your bracket, electrical, and cable up on the ceiling so you can tie in for the bedroom television itself. Underneath of the bed is access for storage, inside or exterior. And again, additional storage on the back. Plus your drawers.
Okay, again, this is a walkthrough of a 2020 Jay Flight 38 FDDS. This particular stock number is J12807. For more additional information and specific details on systems operations, please do refer to the Jayco owner's manuals. We're going to walk you to the other stock number, which is J12736. Same model, same basic features. Differences, instead of theater seating, this does have a hide-a-bed, and we want to show you the operation of that. You can also give us a call with any questions. So again, this is a 2020 Jay Flight 38 FDDS. The difference is we're going to see the operation of a trifold sofa bed instead of theater seating. And all the other systems and operations would work the same way on both stock numbers.
Removing the cushions on the back. Going to do the same as the front sofa. Lift up on this, pulls out, drop your legs down, fold your cushion over on the back, makes into your bed area.
Okay, wonderful. You made that look very easy. Owner's manuals again as a reference. We hope you've enjoyed these video demonstrations of the 2020 Jay Flight 38 FDDS models. We wish you much happy RVing ahead. Have a wonderful day.